everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Thunderbirds going up against the Patriots.
Larry, we are about an hour's drive southwest of downtown Boston in the area known as Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium, here in Foxborough. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Toronto Thunderbirds and the New England Patriots. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 24-yard line.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was able to. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Derek Rivers in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. midfield now. Here's Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a 1st down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They run it again with Hill. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, now, look at it.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Jeremy Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And he knocks it through. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So a costly penalty and now a tougher 3rd down situation.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green. All right, now, lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. And that's complete to Croft. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 42 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss last week. You thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Out of the pistol. Here's Hill. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. 4-6 defense. They were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. On that play, it worked really well. No gain.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. On second down, Hill. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
On first down, Trubisky forced out to his left. Now Trubisky lost the football. It's going the other way. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races down the right side. And this will be a touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
Dancing to his left. Goes underneath here to White. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The toss play to Mixon. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And that makes it 14-10. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot lot of credit in thanking him for that much space to rumble.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this.
All right, now look at 56.
They'll run here with Mixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On play action, they'll throw. A swing pass caught, and touchdown! Dez Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Here's Hill, and he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. He hits White, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now Trubisky on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds.
And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Let's get to it. These teams are out and ready to go. And this will not be returned. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Let's go.
Now it's Trubisky. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Over the middle, Dorsett. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Now And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. This offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the defense has come up with it.
He makes so many catches that are so tough, so acrobatic, so difficult, that often surprises me when they actually turn the ball over. You know, when the ball actually comes free. It's amazing sometimes because of what we see them do on so many different plays.
Had the catch, but couldn't control it on the contact. Space to run past the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. And he's able to put it through. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Left side, it's Dorsett. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. He'll return it from the 6. Back now in Foxborough. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Quan Alexander in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Caught on the right side by Dorsett. A good pick up there of 20 yards. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And an alley to run. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Steps away to his left. And a dump off to White. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Cordero Patterson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots get a score closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now the offense heading back out there. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Second down following the run. The gun. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Here we go.
Out of the gun now on third down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell him, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line. And they rattle off a big one. 47 yards on the ground. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. On second down, Ingram. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Now whistles blow and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. On third down, Mark Ingram. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
On the return, here's a dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his...
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for New England. 53 yards. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out. Now Trubisky lost the football. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the a situation and the point differential 2 scores. Pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. Are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage.